Okay, we are a great nation, a great people, and that's who we are, irrespective of the challenges and disappointments that are all around us. We shall continue to arise and we will thrive. John?
I share your optimism.
Yes.
Yeah? You're right there. In fact, the soul of our program today is, looking at the possibility for our youth to arise and to do great things.
Yeah.
Our first guest is Dr. Sylvester Ehimare, and he'll be the catalyst on our program today. He's already here and he's ready to go. But that will be after,
Do we go straight?
Let's just go.
He's already here.
Let's go straight.
He's already here. Okay, can we have Dr. Ehimare's CV, please, Director? It's right in your front there. Can we have it? Can we have it? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for a great job that you're doing out there. We have an entrepreneur. He's a global traveler and philanthropist. And his story is nothing short of inspiring. A true visionary, he has not only excelled in various sectors, but has made it his mission to give back to society through the Sylvester Ehimare Foundation. An ECOWAS Youth Ambassador, Thomas Sankara Leaders Prize winner, Nigerian Peace Icon Award winner, and many, many, many more that we are unable to bring to you through this show. Through his philanthropist initiative, our guest has actively engaged in projects that focus on education, empowerment, and creating opportunities for the less fortunate. Please join us at this point to welcome Dr. Sylvester Ehimare, entrepreneur, philanthropist whose legacy is a testament to the positive transformation that is available when passion, purpose, and compassion unite to create a brighter future for individuals and communities around the globe. It's a real pleasure. It's a real pleasure. You gave me so much work. Your CV, so intimidating, so plenty. It was such a hard task for me to compress it.
I was good.
It's an honor.
This is just for one person.
I'm telling you. And such a young man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you. When you were reading this, I feel like jumping and shouting.
Now you know.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah, so, Dr. Ehimare, I must say that I have singular honor of, posing questions to you because I see that you're loaded.
And this is a good way to welcome you back. Very good way to welcome you back home.
Yeah, but you see, like we said, the focus is on Nigerian youth. We want to unravel a few things about them. Yeah. The Nigerian youth of today, they have no doubt, had to contend with peculiar challenges. What would you say is the core of these challenges that the youth face today?
They've lost hope in the country. And that is not even the painful thing. They've lost hope in themselves. I grew up in the barracks where somebody looked at my dad at some point and said, "This your son is already useless. He has nothing to offer." And my dad came home with tears in his eyes and said, "Even the world already knows you're useless." I would have accepted that and become useless. But I looked at my dad in his face. That if people would assume and look at me as somebody who's useless, that I have a show to give to the world.
Wow.
And I did not lose hope in myself. Because if I had done that, I'm finished. But today, I'm just excited with what you're reading. And by God's grace, this is just the beginning. So what is happening to Nigerian youth today? Let's forget about them losing hope in the country. Because they are the future of tomorrow. They are the future of this country. But the moment they lose hope in themselves, then they are doomed. They are going down. And by God's grace, I am here to freestyle and let them know it is time for them to start believing in themselves.
So it's about renewal of hope.
Yes. I'm happy with the president's son. This is the first time we have a Nigerian president. The son is really pushing for the youth. But I believe I have a message for him during the show.
Okay, so you got these news, so to speak, some form of condemnation. People around had seen you and said, "This one is no good." And your father somehow believed and released those words into you. and they were your stepping stone, right? So, what steps, what did you have to do to get from that point to where you are now?
Nigerian youths are forgetting something. No story, no glory. No pain, no gain. Everything in life has to do with sacrifice. Everything in life, I'll say that again, has to do with sacrifice. They lose hope at some point and they fail to come back to it that, okay, you know, I tell people pain is a gift. So those times I was facing those pains, all I was seeing was the future in front of me. See, to an extent, I love the Bible and I'm a Christian. There's this part I love when I got into it, that in the Bible, an abandoned stone would eventually become a chief cornerstone if you can pay the price. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm useless. So it's time to pay a price to become a chief cornerstone. So that was the idea. And the first thing I did, I'll be honest with you, sir, I believed in myself. I believed in myself. I said to myself, now the whole world has condemned me, then what do I have left? Let me pay this price. Let me put in the work. Let me talk to myself. I did not let these words affect me. And I did an outreach in Ajegunle 2 months ago, and I was with about 50 youths. We danced, and I was asking some of them questions. And one of them looked at me and said, sir, I have done everything I could. I have done everything. I'm a fashion designer. I have done everything, and yet nothing is happening. And I looked at him and I told him, God's time is not your time. Continue.
That's really philosophical.
That's the truth. And I looked at him. I said, if I give you 10 billion naira, now do you know what you would do? You will run mad. So why don't you pay the price? Build yourself to a capacity that when God is ready to advertise you, you will be able to have the capacity to manage it. You know, I was listening to I looked at a story that was trending at some point where, I don't want to mention names, a pastor took some people to Cyprus. And I said, you don't take people to Cyprus when you've not worked on their mindset. People who have not seen themselves in Cyprus, you are taking them, what do you expect? So the first step for me is I visualized my success. Even while my life was useless, I visualized my success. I'll come back to the story of not even graduating from about 4 different universities, and today they call me Dr. Sylvester, have a master's abroad. We're coming. So you see all of these things. I visualized my success. I saw myself there before I got there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the guys who are making noise now everywhere, oh, this man did this man did that, have not seen themselves in Cyprus. If I was the pastor, what I would have done was to sit them down, build their capacity, make sure they see Cyprus before I take them there.
That's interesting.
And what comes from Cyprus, what Cyprus is able to deposit in them, they should be able to see it before they get their job. Sorry.
Yeah, I even want to, I want to go back a little. If you ask the youth, generally, they'll quickly blame the generation before them. That is my generation, all right, for their problems. Are they being fair?
Well, I'll say they're not being fair. Our fathers have tried. We have to give them that kudos. So look at it before now. Was there internet during their time? No. Was there social media during their time? No. This is a Gen Z world. So let's live at this time. Let's forgive our parents. Let's overlook their mistakes. Let's create our own future. It's about us now. We own Nigeria. It's about us. See, I was in Dublin and I left Dublin and came to Nigeria. And people were asking me, among all my clique of friends who we went for masters together, I said, Sylvester, are you making sense? With all the opportunities you have here, you are coming back to Nigeria. And I said to myself, guys, I believe so much in Nigeria. And I believe we, the youth, are the future of this country. The moment we make up our mind to move this country forward, we will eventually do that. So it's just about us.
Okay. Some people also say that today's youth has almost completely detached themselves from the usual tradition of generations that are before them. What were these traditions really? And is this correct?
Well, to an extent it is.
The tradition of hard work, values, dedication, and all of that.
To an extent it is correct. you don't expect, the youth are actually not happy. I'll tell you this for free. I was looking at the ministerial positions and I saw our youth, Minister of Youth. And I looked at his age and I looked at our age and I said, okay, what do you expect youth to do at this time? Okay. Now imagine our Minister of Youth in his 30s or in his 40s. He gives us hope. He gives us this idea that, okay, something is changing. Everybody wants to run away. I was looking at his profile like, okay, what are his precedents? What has this guy done? But just his age alone for youth, how? So this thing is, but at this time, it's about us, like I said. It's not even about our generations. It's not about our forefathers. It's about us. It's time for we, the youth, to wake up. See, I will still make reference to the Bible. I knew you before I brought you to this world. I knew you from your parents' womb. I've ordained you to be somebody. What does that tell me? There is a gift inside of me. There is something of value inside of me that the world needs to see. See Nigerians abroad, see the big things they are doing. And most times it is not even the opportunities that they see there. We can create these opportunities ourselves. We can. Yeah. We can. Trust me, we can. Yeah. We can create these opportunities ourselves. And this, our fathers, they just see us as jokers. That's the word. They see us as jokes. And because we are unable to show them that there are potentials in us. And why? Because they've lost hope in themselves. Not even for the country.
But you see, the thing is that, yeah, we've also noticed a lot of anger, a lot of hunger in the youth, right? But if you don't back this up with action, right, you don't manifest, it doesn't manifest in results. So we would expect that with all of this that is coming from the youth, right, if you're able to do things positively, have some action, back it up with action, then,
You're talking about the youth or talking about the system?
About the youth, okay. Because it's not all about talking.
Yeah.
Right? You need to put action behind it. And it's not just action, entertainment and, and sports.
So I started a movement called Believe in Yourself. And I've been going around talking to people about this movement called Believe in Yourself. I was invited to Max FM with Love Doctor. And while I was there, somebody called in and said so many things. And my neighbor, when you're on air, you don't know who's listening.
Who's watching.
And my next door neighbor said he has been trying to call this station for the last 2 years. And listening to my voice, he remembered that this could be Sylvester. And he called in and literally exposed me. That this guy, we did not even believe anything good would come out of it. And at that point, I was like, wow. So this could be it. What am I trying to bring out? This is the solution now. After that event, and the Love Doctor invited me for a mentorship program with a lot of youths, and I saw all of them. And I picked one or two of them and I asked them a simple question. What do you want for your life? One said, I want to be rich. The other one said, I want to take care of my family. This one said, I want to live a good life. Everything all boils down to wealth. Everything all boils down to making money. Everything all boils down to being somebody of value in the country. And I asked him one simple question. What do you see? And that was where I was confused. Now let me buttress my point. Proverbs 22 verse 2 says something. A rich man and a poor man have something in common. God made them both. True of us.
True.
I was asking questions. Rich man and poor. God made us both. And I looked at him. You and me. God made us both. Why are you poor? And why is God helping me? Then I took him to Proverbs 29:13. That same sentence came up again. The rich man and the poor man have something in common. But this time, God gave them sight. What is sight? Vision. So, youth of these days wants to make money, but there is no vision. There is no vision, sir. Not trying to raise my shoulders. I've been to about 15 countries in the world. While I was in my 15, 16 years, I said to myself I was going to do 40 countries before I turned 40, when my life was useless. Vision. Vision.
Yeah, it's all about having a vision.
So, you want to be rich? Look at something. If you don't see something, you can't get there. See it. Yeah. That's just the idea.
And run after it.
Run after it.
With action.
Now, there were stumbling blocks. When I was seen traveling around the world, when I was seen helping people, it wasn't a smooth journey. My first university advised me to withdraw because I couldn't meet up to the CGPA. My second university, I used the money to go and play gamble. A lot of tragedies, but I knew what I was seeing. I knew what I was looking at. Okay, so then I told him, just come, let's talk. What do you see? It's not telling me you want to be rich. And you are bound to say, hey, I want to make money. Yes, this one. Ask them what they see. Nothing.
No vision.
Woof.
No vision. Yeah. So it's just beyond even this empowerment. It's beyond giving money to people, but the mindset needs to be worked on.
Okay.
Help them to see something. And the truth of it is, it's not their fault they are not saying. Nobody has stirred it up. So in Europe, I pray someday I meet with the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu, so we can rub minds. It's beyond renewing hope, because you can renew hope and give them scholarship, and they'll become a user abroad.
Okay. All right, we are in the internet age, and this has been seen and spoken about as a key or a very important tool for the youth to climb out of adversity. How so? How can the young ones today, with vision, like you have said, put the internet, the social media, technology to use to climb out of adversity?
You know, everything has an advantage also has a disadvantage. Social media has been helpful to a lot of youths. But my bone of contention, you know, I've been doing outreaches with youth. I've gone to Ajegunle, I've gone to Makoko. By God's grace, by the end of this month, I'll be in Ekpoma, Edo State. What about the ones who don't have access to internet? What happens for them? You know, the people I saw, none of them have a browsing phone. But trust me, these are the people that we should even look out for. The internet age has helped a lot of people. Helped a lot of people. Yeah, youth are taking advantage of it. I'm seeing a lot of content creators, seeing a lot of comedy, seeing people selling online. Yeah, that is good. And I'm happy for them. I'm excited that the internet has come to play a vital role. But what about the youths that don't have access to the internet? What happens to them?
Okay.
And I can tell you for free.
And those ones that are not using it positively.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
to the
A lot
advantage.
of them. So that's why I said there's an advantage and disadvantage. I don't want to lay so much emphasis on that social media, because, you know, the government is saying there has to be regulations, blah, blah, blah. If it was that positive, then I don't think any of this. But I'm more concerned about because I've been speaking to more of the people who don't even have the access to internet. And this is where the drugs are coming from. This is where the thefts are coming from. This is where armed robbery are coming from. I spoke to a lot of them. And at some point, I saw their passion. I saw how much they really want to become a better person. Now, you see where renewed hope has to come in. It's beyond looking for the politicians' children and putting them in your cabinet, centering them around you. And they already have hope. You can't come and tell me you want to renew my hope. I already see something. But the ones who don't have a renewed hope are the ones we should look for. How many of them have gone to the trenches?
The ones who don't have hope at all.
At all!
We've been told we have under 5 minutes to wrap up this conversation.
I was almost in tears when we got to a point where we started worshiping God. And I saw the agberos, I saw the touts saying, oh God, they come here every day, I beg. Only today alone, I don't feel myself. I'm happy. Wow. So that is to tell you that these people are tired of the life they are living. They all want to become a better person. We have to, Nigeria, we have a lot to do.
It's not all gloom and doom. You know, at least I think we have seen a few positive things being achieved by the youth. You know, but we want to be able to identify them in governance, right? We haven't seen enough of representation of our youth.
Like in a minute, could you address that?
Okay.
Is it that they haven't projected themselves, you know, availed themselves?
No. Like I said, number one, we've lost belief in ourselves. Number two, what we're already seeing up there, we just feel like we're wasting our time. I don't really want to make much reference on the political sector, but like I said, I just brought a reference of our youth minister was in his 60s or in his 50s. Okay. So me that is young, do I ever believe I can get there? From what's it called? From time being, these are the ages of people we see there. So I believe it's not even about that. You know, because of the situation of the country, there are people who are gifted, who have potentials, but they are silenced by little things. And like I said, we youths have to have a vision, because the people that have the vision, they cannot be pushed away. I have seen people that really wants to change this country, but just not putting them on a round table. That's at the end. You don't hear of them again. Okay. I had a very good friend who was doing something great in the country. Very great. And all of a sudden, one person from nowhere called him and said, I want to take you somewhere to one country and beautify your life. And that was how this person gave up on that dream. So you see, the vision is the thing.
So the advice to them is that they must have vision.
Yes, because when they have vision, they cannot be compromised. So what's not putting us down? Trust me, we are being compromised. The people up there have said, "Oh, these youths are they serious? Let's give them 3-4 days. They will get tired. They will know what to do. Call their leaders and put them on the round table, and that is the end." So the moment we youth stop that, they will look for us and they will bring us up.
Fantastic.
So we are projecting ourselves, but the people who are projecting themselves, I'm not sure they are seeing the bigger future of Nigeria. And I'll say this in life. Nigeria is a very great country, and trust me, in just a matter of time, Nigeria will be great again.
And we believe you.
Yes,
we do believe you.
Yes,
Thank you so much. It couldn't be better. It couldn't just be better.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, every minute, I'm sure you believe that has been a huge benefit to us this morning in boosting the possibility of our mindset. So, thank you so much, Dr. Sylvester.
You're welcome, sir.
And with your permission, sir, I say this should be a part 1 of the Power and Success series. I've given it a tweak. You know, the Power and Success series as is affect the younger ones. And for a fact, we only have just scratched the surface. You can tell we have so many more questions to ask. So if you don't mind, just keep your schedule open for us. We will be calling on you from time to time.
Thank you.
And it would really, really be more beneficial to younger ones out there if we could keep it, simple every week so they can really come and grasp the substance of your conversation. Thank you, and well done.
Final word?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, just in 5 seconds. For every you two that are watching me right now, all I just want to tell you is bring back your belief system. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, because the truth is, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will believe in you. Believe in yourself.
Great. Thank you very much. So that was our first conversation today on the topic Nigerian youths and rising above adversity. And when we return from the next break, our second guest, equally phenomenal, will be taking us through raising young moguls.
He's Dr.
Dr.
Francis Additional. He's already in the house, so please join us again.